Hello, everyone. So today, let us talk about how to become a good consultant, or how to basically ensure that when you are doing Atlassian Atlassian consultancy for others, then you should try or things that you should take care from the very beginning of your career when it comes to uh, giving suggestions, giving advice to others based on your wonderful experience. Now, because I'm a consultant, I work with companies, I work with people, I work with teams where my responsibility is to ensure that they are able to get the most out of Atlassian tools. It is very simple, to be honest. I think my job is very simple. I just need to talk. I just need to share what all can be done or cannot be done. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about today is not to always try to over customize or do too much automation in Jira, and how not to uh, rely too much on apps. Now, when it comes to Jira is a great tool, and we all know that Jira can be customized, but there is, of course, this capability in the tool where you can buy apps to enhance the functionality of the app. Now, whenever I'm working with a client, when they ask me, Ravi, we want this particular feature. Now, can you please help us achieve this in Jira? And they are also open to suggestion. In fact, they also sometimes push. I mean, not sometimes, but it happens a lot where people ask me, Ravi, we want to use this app. Can you please configure it for us? And my personal way of working is that whenever you're using a tool like Jira, if I have to solve a problem, let us say we have to do time tracking. Now, in the beginning of adopting this Jira or any other Atlassian tool, or any tool to be honest, people try to do everything in one go. For example, a lot of people ask me, Ravi, we want to do time tracking, so we need to use Tempo. My first question is that why exactly you are looking for using Tempo? Because you can still do time tracking in Jira, right? And I mean, of course, it is good for business, right? It is good for I mean, if we sell apps, then of course it is good. But at the same time, it is our responsibility as a consultant to always advise and advise for using an app or not using an app. Same goes for customization, because a lot of people ask me, we want to do this automation. My first question is why? What exactly you're trying to achieve? It is not really about doing it, like doing that automation just because it can be done or just for the sake of it. It is more about why you want to do it. And there is a reason. I'm not really against using a lot of apps or doing a lot of automations. I mean, in fact, I do it, but there has to be a valid reason for doing those automations or purchasing, let us say, an app. For example, if you are thinking or if you're considering using an app like Tempo, then you are looking for functionalities that are beyond the native time tracking capabilities in Jira. Now, in Jira, whenever you are trying to log time, you can definitely log time. You can do time tracking, but Tempo definitely gives you a lot of features where if you are interested more on the traditional time tracking capability, where you have a calendar view where people can go and they can see their activities and they can see the different days of the week, and they can simply fill in those dates. That is, of course, one feature which is not there in Jira natively. You also have, the approvals. You can also do some proper reports based on uh, time that people log. So there has to be a use case. But if, let us say, you just want to keep track of time and you have no specific reason to use those apps, then you should not try to just install apps because you were told by someone, or maybe you found these apps on the marketplace. Now, also for the customizations, when we do customizations, I always say that, in the beginning, or it should be, to be honest, an ongoing process. There is no simple one time customization that you can do and you can expect Jira to solve all your problems. You have to basically make it an effort on a regular basis so that you can always look at your customizations, let us say your custom fields or whatever workflows you have, and try to improve it, try to assess whether that particular status is still being used, or maybe if you have a custom field which no one really fills in, or maybe you have that particular field which was probably last filled in 2 years ago, or maybe if you have a project in Jira which no one is updating, then you should try to do this regular health check and make it a bit more light. And also at the same time, if you're on server or if you're on data center, and if you're not really sure whether you will move to cloud or not, then the most simplest thing that you can do is make your Jira lightweight. Maybe get rid of those custom fields, maybe dump those custom fields to the description. I think I talked about this recently. Or maybe get rid of those apps, or maybe also get rid of those automations that are probably not really adding any value. And when you're working with, let us say, a consultant, or maybe if you're doing it yourself, I always recommend when you're trying to use or deploy a tool like Jira, try to do as much as you can yourself, because it will help you. I think you should definitely think about building this competency or skill set within your organization before you reach out outside, your company, when you reach out to those partners or consultants like me. Now, what I wanted to say is that from the very beginning, try to use the native features as much as you can. So when you have a Jira instance, let us say you install Jira, you set up a Jira cloud instance or server version of Jira, or data center version, I should say. Try to do as much as you can natively. Even for the reporting, yes, try to build reports and try to do whatever you can do with the help of filters and all those gadgets, and only think about using apps, only think about adding those automations and doing those integrations when you think you have exhausted or you have explored all the possibilities within the tool. And this video, this advice or suggestion that I'm trying to give you is based on my experience, because what I notice, and it has been quite regular, when I talk to people, they try to do a lot of things that are definitely not needed, or maybe they are using an app which is not really adding any additional value, or maybe they have done those customizations. Maybe they have, let us say, a workflow where they have 15 statuses and it looks horrible. The workflow itself, a lot of transitions, they have a lot of approvals, and there is no point of doing those complex customizations in Jira, because even if you have, to be honest, just 3 statuses to do, in progress and done, I think that is all you need in most cases, because Jira is an issue tracker, and you should treat it as an issue tracker, not really treat your Jira as a tool that will solve all your problems. Jira is not really going to do the work for you. Jira is not really your Scrum Master. Jira is a tool that can be customized, but you should always be careful when you try to customize it. I mean, there are features, there are a lot of things within Jira, within the tool, that can help you do your work and that can actually give you a lot of visibility. But if you over customize the tool, then it will give you a lot of trouble in the future, because someone has to maintain it. If you make it too restrictive, then people will spend a lot more time updating their issues, their tickets in Jira, and they might not even do it. So there has to be a balance, and try to keep it simple, try to keep it neat, try not to create too many schemes, try not to create too many workflows. Sometimes I do encounter big or very old Jira instances where they just have 3 or 4 workflows. That is it. I mean, I'm not really saying that you should have only 4 workflows or 5 workflows, but what I'm trying to say is that from the very beginning, you should have a tight control on the customizations or the configurations that people are doing or people can do. So not create too many admins. Always try to follow a process, even for your own Jira customization. Set up some kind of change control board from the very beginning. Always discuss and think about those customizations that you are hoping to do. Try to create a standard for everyone in the company who is using Jira. for different teams. And that is all. That is all I wanted to talk about today. I didn't really show you anything today, but I just felt like talking about it. I just thought I'll probably make this video and share my thoughts. Do not over customize. Avoid too many automations. Try to keep it simple. Don't try to use apps, too many apps just for the sake of it. Try to use the nitty features as much as you can. It will make your life a lot more easier and stress-free as well. Alright, that is all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much.